Hi folks, what we're going to do today is just a quick few minute video on how to use your TI-83 or 84 calculator to find slopes of tangent lines. Okay, so what we've got here is a function that we're going to talk about, the function square root of x squared minus 3, and we're going to find the slope of the tangent line at x equals 4. Okay, so to do that on our calculator, well, let me pull that up. Here we go. The first thing I like to do, after I turn the calculator on obviously, is I'll type my function into y1. You don't have to do this step, and you can actually enter it at a different spot, but I find this the easiest way to deal with it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to enter it in. So second square root x squared minus 3. Now some of you may have a different look here to the screen. You may have parentheses and things, but that's okay. This is just an upgraded version of the calculator. All right, so now I'm going to go back to the home screen by clicking second mode, and second mode, and this brings us back to the home screen. We've got it in Y1. We need to be here. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to use something called nDeriv, and it is the calculator's way of calculating a derivative. To find that, we go to Math, and if you hit the up button, you'll get to it faster. You notice here option 8, okay? And we're going to choose that option. Well, you know what? Let me do this because I know most students don't have this. So let me change my mode for a moment here. I'm going to change it to one you're more familiar with. So let's see here we go. Math print classic. Enter. Okay. So when we pull nDeriv up on the screen, that will be important. Now before I do that, let me talk about something real quick. Now nDeriv in the calculator, you'll see lowercase n d e r i v, all right, and then parentheses will be behind it. So what I like to do first is, what goes first in it is the function. Okay, in this case we're going to use y1, then the variable. In this case, it will be x, whatever variable is under here. And then finally, the number that you're going to use. All right. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to find the function, the variable. We're going to type in the function, the variable, and the number in the calculator. So let's do that. So we go again to Math, option 8. Math 8 will bring us nDeriv. Or you can scroll down until you see it. Now notice here the order is function. So we're going to type the function in and since I stored it in y1, I'm actually going to use the y1 variable. So vars, yvars, function, y1. Okay, if you need to go back, rewind, do that so you know how to find y1. Then comma, notice the next option is the variable. So we do x. Okay, then comma again, the number at which you want to find the slope. So now I'm going to type in the number 4, close parentheses, and let's see what kind of answer we get. There it is. And in this case, you do get a decimal, and that's fine. Sometimes you can change that to a fraction. Sometimes you can't. This happens to be a radical, so you may not be able to do so. So what we do for an answer is we write down to 3 decimal places, and that is our answer. So we say f prime of 4, because that's what we're doing, is, what is it again? 1.109. Okay, and that is the slope of our tangent line that we're looking for. Okay, let's do one more quick example. Let's say we have f of x equals 3x squared minus 1 over 4x plus 2. Obviously we have fractions, and we have to deal with that. So I'm going to find our slope at x equals -2. Okay? So we go back to our calculator, and in y1, again, I put my function. Now when you put a fraction like this in, be very careful, and remember to put the numerator in parentheses when you type it in. So 3x squared minus 1, divide, parentheses, and then our denominator as well in full parentheses, so 4x plus 2. And putting it in parentheses tells it the right order, tells the calculator the order and things need to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our home screen. We're going to do nDeriv again, so that's Math 8. Math 8. Then our function, so vars, y vars, function, there we go. All right. And then we do comma, the variable, in this case it's x again, so it's whatever variable is here, comma, the number, which is -2. Close parentheses, hit enter, and this time our slope is 0.778 by rounding. So we say f prime of -2 is equal to 0.778. Okay? And that's it. That's all you have to do for this particular example. All right, thank you very much.